Guys, this is Scribbly again with another stationery review, and today we're going to have a look at a mechanical pencil. A mechanical Lamy pencil, and the specific model in question right here is the Lamy 2000. Guys, all of you who follow me since quite some time, probably over the past couple of years, it's no secret that I'm kind of biased towards the Lamy 2000. There's like two of them right here, the ballpoint pen and the fountain pen. As said, those of you who follow me since a while know that the Lamy 2000 is my all-time favorite fountain pen. So of course, I did also want to have a look at the Lamy 2000 mechanical pencil, how that one writes and what's all about it. That's why I'm very happy that Frank over at Fontoplumo gave me the opportunity to review that pencil. Thanks, Frank, for sending it to me. Guys, check them out, Fontoplumo. Cool store. They have all kinds of stationery stuff. And they sent me this pencil for you to check out. First of all, quick look at the packaging. Gray recycling-ish cardboard. Out comes that Lamy packaging that we know from pretty many Lamy pens. Actually, it's like a pretty common Lamy packaging. Opens up like that. And then in here was that Lamy 2000 mechanical pencil in a little plastic sleeve. And a little tag right here saying that it sells for €65, which I think to be an okay price. I think it's all right. And then it had like a little booklet. I like those little Lamy fold out booklets that, show you a selection of what Lamy has to offer. Let's check the mechanical pencil out right here. Let's maybe first of all compare it to a few other of those Lamy 2000s, just in terms of overall dimensions. Of course, this is like the Macrolon version, as you see right here, being sort of like blackish, anthracite blackish and silver. Has pretty much the exact same dimensions as the ballpoint pen has, is the exact same width, pretty much the exact same weight. I've not put them on a scale, but unscientifically, just having them and holding them in my hands, I would say it's pretty much the exact same weight. Of course, the clip is the exact same. The push mechanism right up here is slightly different for the ballpoint and the mechanical pencil. And then, of course, the mechanical pencil is just a tad longer, and that's sort of like where the tip does come out. I'll show you the mechanical pencil, obviously more up close in a second. I just also wanted to compare it quickly against the fountain pen, also pretty much the exact same length. And as you probably still remember, if you have seen my ballpoint review of the Lamy 2000, the Lamy 2000 fountain pen body is quite a bit more massive than the body of the mechanical pencil and also the body of the ballpoint pen. And I do hope you can see that even better when I hold them like this or this. It's not a dramatic difference, but you definitely do feel the difference when you hold those two in your hand. That is that with a quick comparison. Well, the mechanical pencil then does have this very typical Lamy 2000 streamlined shape right here. It does have a tip or push mechanism right up here that is made of Macrolon. It says 7 for 0.7 millimeters because that mechanical pencil right here is also available in 5. Meaning 0.5 millimeters. I do find the 0.7 a little bit more comfortable for writing because it has that slightly wider lead. The 0.5 a bit more comfortable for sketching and so on. But if you have small handwriting and if you do like to write in small bullet journals or calendars or something like that, maybe the 0.5 is also right for you for writing. I, as said, do find the 0.7 a bit more comfortable for writing. You can lift that cap here off and it will expose a rubber this rubber can be replaced, opens up like that. There's sort of like a clamp that holds it in place. And then inside, and that's a pretty cool feature about the Lamy 2000, is the pipe that does hold all the leads. And since this is like a very, there's like one lead that broke here. Since this is a pretty wide pipe, it's actually pretty generous and holds 4, 5, 6, 7 leads, which I find pretty cool. Very often these are very narrow pipes, and then you read in the instruction manual that you're not recommended to have any more than 1, 2, maximum 3 leads in there, because otherwise the whole thing would sort of like jam up right down there where the lead would extend. Here you don't have that problem. You actually can take 4 or 5 leads with you, and you definitely never have to be worried to run out of lead right here, which I do find to be pretty cool. You then of course have like the Lamy brushed steel clip here saying Lamy. As said, it's like the same spring-loaded clip than you have on the Lamy 2000 ballpoint pen. It's the same mechanism and clip as you have it on the 2000 fountain pen, just that on the 2000 fountain pen the clip is a little bit more bulky, and that spring mechanism does have a little bit of wider operating angle. Here the operating angle is quite narrow. Here the operating angle is a little bit wider. Let's look at the ballpoint pen. Same narrow angle as you have it right here, but still more than good enough to get it into a shirt pocket or into a pen pouch. Well, and then you have that streamlined macrolon, that shape right here. And then you have that section down there, grip section, obviously hold the pen a little bit more up here. And then you have like that little tip extending here. And if you operate that mechanism back here, then obviously the lead will extend and you can push it back in, and that little nipple down here, that will always stick out, but it's not a very sharp and pointy one. So I wouldn't be worried to put that one into my shirt pocket. Let me show you something else as a comparison. I do have a couple of mechanical pencils right here, and sometimes that pointy end here looks like this, having like a small pipe standing out right here that you actually, it's not very blunt and you can't put it back in as you can do with some of the Faber-Castell mechanical pencils. That's a pencil that I don't really like to carry in my shirt pocket, because I do find that a little bit uncomfortable to have in my shirt pocket. It feels a bit dangerous. Not so with this one, right? It's pretty blunt right here, and as said, it's not like very long and pointy, which is very nice. You can then open up the mechanical pencil, and maybe you already discovered the breaking point, obviously, as with all the Lamy 2000 designs. That seam where you can open up the pen is not very visible at first glance. I think you do see it a little bit here, and it is actually right here, sort of like about what is that, maybe 30% or something like that along the pen length. That's where you get that thing. You can open up in case you have a lead jam or something like that, so that you could work on that one, and then you can basically get the whole inner mechanism out, as said, in order to remove a jammed lead or something like that. Then once more, you do see the pretty generous size of that pipe right here, carrying a very good amount of leads, which I do find to be very, very nice. Let me just quickly assemble that pen once more. Very nicely machined right here, as you can see. Precision machining. Very, very good. And that's how it does assemble. And then when you sort of twist it back together, that seam does almost disappear. I'm operating with very bright camera lighting right here. That's why you might see it a little bit better, but it is pretty stealthy. Let's write a little bit with the pencil. Now I broke the lid because I had it extended a bit too much. Lead width. Well, it writes very, very nicely. Obviously, the way how this pencil will write does depend quite a bit on the type of leads that you do insert into the pencil, right? I mean, there's like all kinds of lead manufacturers or products available out there. You know, there's the Pentel ones, the Faber-Castell ones, and what have you. So the way how this writes will obviously depend a little bit on whether you have HB or B or harder ones inside there. So that's of course fully up to you. I do find the 0.7 as said, you know, you need to be a bit careful that you don't extend the lead too much the way I had extended. When it broke right now, I wrote with quite some pressure because I couldn't be careful because I have the camera right here. Was focusing on that one, and I think I had the lead extended something like that. That's probably a little bit too much. So now I had it extended like this. This is all right. Like that, you can write very, very comfortably and the thing won't break, right? And then you just extend it a little bit more. So it does write very, very nicely. The one thing that I do have to say though, that happens to me sometimes. I don't find it overly comfortable, but it's worth mentioning, at least I find. Since it's a 0.7 lead, you will feel when you sort of like write it down a little bit more depending on your writing angle, right? So like if I hold the pencil like this, my writing angle will be at what you see right now here. And if I then do write quite a bit, I will write the lead down at that kind of angle, right? Which will then mean that I every now and then will have to turn the pencil just a little bit in order to still have like a sharp pointy lead to write with. What that then does to me, if I have to rotate the pencil too far, I'll get that arrow right into the web of my hand right here, and that can then be uncomfortable. It's not that bad because like I can then very quickly rotate it around again and stuff like that, but I just thought I'll mention it and I'll point it out. Obviously this is not the problem with the ballpoint pen because, you know, it's a ballpoint pen, so you don't wear any tip down and have to rotate the pencil. And of course with the fountain pen it's not a problem because like you don't have to rotate it either, and you have the cap off, so you don't even have that clip right there. So that's that. Just wanted to mention that to you. Not a deal breaker. This is the best mechanical pencil that I own. I just love the design of the Lamy 2000. I think it's a great price at €65. And I think it's just like a very, very comfortable writer. I love that it carries so many leads with it. So I never feel that I'll run out of lead or something like that. But that, you know, fact that the lead will wear down at one side and you might have to rotate the pencil might pose an issue, or it might not. For me, it's an issue that I can absolutely deal with. Guys, that was that with this review right here of the Lamy 2000 mechanical pencil. I hope it was helpful. I want to say thank you once more to my friends over there at Fontoplumo. Frank, thanks a lot for sending this one for review. As said, I hope the review was helpful to you, and I'll gladly see you at the next review. Ciao, ciao.